All right, so I decided to do a review on my new truck. I just bought this truck. It's a 2019 Chevy's. No, I'm sorry. This is a GMC Sierra. I'm looking right at the truck, and I'm about to call it a Chevy. But this is a 2019 GMC Sierra. I just bought this truck about a week ago, and so far I had driven it 5,000 miles. I drove to Florida. I live in Georgia, and I've driven to Nashville, Tennessee in it. So I'm just going to talk about the truck, what I like about it, and what I don't like. Okay, so these lights really don't flash like they are in the video. In person, they are just on. I think they flash because they're LEDs, I assume. But you can tell this is the base model 1500. It does have the V8 motor, but other than that, it is all just base model. And the GMC base model is a little bit better than the Chevy base model. It comes with a towing package. Also, cruise control is standard on the GMC pickup truck base model. Okay, so now I've walked to the back of the truck. As you can tell, I have my bike rack back here, and I do a lot of mountain biking. But one feature about the truck that's kind of cool is you just press that button, and the tailgate comes down, and it just has enough clearance for the bike rack. But it doesn't go up on its own, so it's not so cool. I do like these steps in the bumper. They're pretty nice. I've definitely, used them a few times. So, the steps are pretty okay, so these wheels and tires are not fancy at all. I think these might be the ugliest wheels you could put on a truck, and the tires. Just doesn't really look that good with it. But this is really a work truck. I'm probably just going to keep it how it is. I'm just going to daily drive this truck and personally drive it probably just for a few months, and then eventually it's just going to be a company truck and my employees are going to drive it. Just going to talk about the styling. This is the base model, and it has these really cool lights, and the grill looks good. And for the base model truck, this thing looks really good. All right, so I have been using this truck. I haven't cleaned it yet since I've bought it. It's only been a week or so. Look, there's even trash around when you get that. And it does have okay floor mats that come with it, but the rest of it is carpeted. And one thing I wish it did have rubber floors. Just not really a fan of carpets in trucks, especially work trucks, just because it's going to get muddy. I didn't even work in this truck and I have mud in it already. That's just from me wearing regular boots and just getting in and out of it. Now I'm going to talk about what kind of features this truck has that isn't too bad for the base model. Has cruise control, and you can see it right there on the steering wheel. You have that button right there. That's for the tailgate to come on and off. It comes standard with the Apple CarPlay, and you can connect it with this cable right here, or Bluetooth, however you want to do it. Has a lot of settings in that infotainment center in the middle, along with a backup camera, which is standard, I think, for every vehicle now. 2019 and newer is going to have a backup camera. But as you can tell, this is the base model truck, and it's actually really pretty nice, and it's comfortable. As I said, I drove it to Florida. I've driven it to Tennessee. I live in Georgia. I've been all over in just a week, and it's a really comfortable truck. I just put it on cruise control. It cruises. Okay, so now I'm going to talk about the back. It's pretty big for the crew cab. I do plan on having the guys in the back of this truck, or they're probably going to be driving it. So it does have a lot of room back there to keep your employees happy. Still has the carpeted back here, carpet floor. Oh, it has the heating and air in the back, which is pretty cool. My Chevy 3500 did not have that, and it was a crew cab truck. My F-150's never had that, so that's a pretty cool feature. Keep your guys happy. When you run a company, happy employees is really the best thing for the company. So while I'm back here, you can see I have all this stuff on my seat. And the reason is there is no storage really in this truck. I mean, you have this in the door, same thing on the other side. You know, these cup holders right here, and this is a seat, so it doesn't have a center console or anywhere to store right here either. Just what you see right here. Boom, that door over there has the same kind of stuff as my driver's side door. Let's see what's in here. Very small storage, like glove department, barely could fit my napkins in there, and a pen. I think this is already jammed out. Got some napkins, business cards, but it's already full. So there's not too much storage on this truck. Luckily, I have a toolbox, and it's about to be put on next week or on Saturday in a few days. And along with the bed liner, the dealership's giving me a bed liner in my old toolbox from my F-150. Another cool feature about this truck is the cargo lights. So you just press that button, and you come back, and at nighttime, you have these LED lights back here in the bed, and along with the ones up here, which is, the ones up here are typical on trucks, but I think this is a new feature. And while we're talking about the bed of the truck, you see all these hooks lined up? A lot of hooks in this truck, pretty versatile. I mean, it is a small bed. I don't know what that is, 5 feet maybe. But you know, this is just a small, you know, light duty 1500 pickup truck. I have bigger trucks, you know, flatbed or box trucks for really doing things. This is kind of just for getting the crew around and, you know, small crew stuff with small trailers. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and start this thing up. So that's how it looks like when you start up this GMC. There's your infotainment center, has all this good stuff, Apple CarPlay, as I said. A lot of different settings, lighting, door locking, whatever you want to do. You can make all kinds of little adjustments to it. Stuff I really don't care about. I'm just going to drive. This is the truck. I'm just going to drive it. I'm not even going to fool with any of this stuff ever. Maybe when I get my next truck, I might fool with it when I get a nicer truck. But right now, I just really don't care. See, it shows the fuel range. This is the tire pressure gauge, and of course it's not showing the PSI, but usually it does show the PSI, which is nice. When you're driving down the road, and sometimes you're like, oh God, is my tire flat? Or you know, on a long road trip, it might feel a little bumpy. And so I'll just switch over to this PSI gauge and just check out my tire pressure. And usually it shows the tire pressure, so I'm not sure what the deal is. Let's go through here, oil life. Air filter, it's at 0%. That's, just the other day I was at 80. There's something wrong with this thing, I guess. Maybe it's because I'm not driving. I don't know. Let's see what happens if I rev it. I don't know. It says it's okay. Whatever. Transmission, temperature, engine hours. That's pretty typical, I think, on GMs. My 2016 3500 showed the engine hours. Oh, just got some time. This, you can change your units of measurements. You know, change this to kilometers an hour. Who really cares about that? Let's see what else is on here. Speed. This is actually good to have because this gauge cluster is hard to figure out where 55 is or 65. It's not the best miles per hour gauge cluster. So I use this almost always when I drive and cruise control. So there's your fuel economy. You can see I've gone that much, and I got an 18.6. Here's another. This is the bigger one. So in 2,000 miles, I've got 19.3. So yeah, that's everything in this little info center right here in the middle. You know, this is the base model, so you have to use this old school little switch. I'm sure on the nicer trucks that it will have something right here for you to scroll through this menu, along with probably either volume control or something like that. So that's what you probably can expect from a nicer truck, but I assume this is just the base model. You don't get those fancy little buttons. So all in all, this truck, it drives really nice. It's not as fast as the Ford. The 5 liter I had was a little quicker, but hey, this is a truck. It's not a race car. Who really buys it to go fast? I don't know, but you know, other than that, it gets better fuel economy, better gas mileage than the F-150. It feels so much more solid. The steering's just nicer. The steering wheel feels better. I guess it's a thicker steering wheel. All together, I like this truck a lot more. I don't think I'm going to go back with Ford. I got a 6-year, 150,000 mile warranty on this truck. So I think I'm going to be in the clear from any issues in the future. So anyway, you know, so far so good. It's just a little 1500, something to scoot around in. Nothing really too fancy. Will be an employee truck soon. So yeah, if you enjoyed the video, check out my other ones. And I think I have 4 or 5 car review videos now. And I will be posting some more. I appreciate it if you watched it. Also, if you're into mountain biking, I have a mountain bike channel. It's called Not a Professional Reviewer. That originally was going to be my channel for reviewing everything, but now I've decided that I need a channel for every niche that I'm doing. So anyway, appreciate it if you watched this. GMC Sierra 2019. Pretty nice truck. Definitely a cruiser. If I was going to buy a truck for the house and I was just a regular man and just working, not really working with it, just wanted something all-around truck, I think this would be the one to go with. Appreciate it.